there's going to be some losses. Your toughness is your ability to parry superior weaponry, something of equal power.
Right.
Or so if you come across something that has Aether Render or warp, the warp weapon,
Right.
their render, and that clashes against you, it's your ability to just be like, fuck you, I'm better, or I ain't putting up with that shit.
Right.
So it also is your ability to absorb incoming fire. So like someone shooting bullets and that person's good enough to use you as carry bullets and other like spells and whatnot. That's your toughness.
Mhm.
Um, agility is your direct is proportional to your design. Uh, the agility is actually kind of it's directly proportional with potentially your strength, depending on the weaponry. So if you have a low agility, that means you're more of a heavier weapon, and you're not meant to be wielded fast, but you hit hard.
Right.
Um, the lighter the weapon doesn't mean you can't hit as hard. It's just your stats. Uh, you're wielded quickly.
Yeah, and the
So,
weapon's 1 pound, so.
well, you can change that here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. Intelligence is your sheer ability as a sentient weapon. Just raw ability to your capability of intelligence is pretty straightforward.
Right.
Because you can be just a concept, an instinct, which is the next step, and then kind of an emotional weapon or a weapon that activates on a trigger, like exposure to blood or an emotion. That's the next step. And then you work up to something more that kind of develops a personality. So the more intelligence you have, the more personality blade, faster. Like you can even make choices to like, you know what? We're having an argument. No powers for you. Oh, by the way, I weigh 300 tons.
Right.
It's basically your ability and scope of uh, power over yourself. That's intelligence. Perception. It's your ability to perceive not only your surroundings. Sometimes you're just like, I am lost in blackness, which is the worst thing that can happen to a sentient weapon.
Okay.
Without a wielder, I have no senses, and I basically go into slumber. But if you have a high perception, not only are you able to maybe like crack an eye, like actually form an eye, or taste the air with the blade,
Yeah.
it also allows you to analyze your wielder
Right.
while being used. So if you're you're bound to someone or even in their hand, you can be like, you're kind of really wounded. We're having a very distinct clash of personalities. I'm going to try and take you over,
Right.
or just
You
kill
are
you.
far too weak to pick me up in the first place. Drop me, heathen.
Or I'm just going to start eating lifeblood. You know? You can also kind of see the potential if you have a high perception, a really high one. You can actually see potential building, and you can actually kind of push an event with a little nudge and be like, "You're almost there. Here's a little boost up, buddy. Yeah,
Young
power."
boy who might one day be the hero.
Right. Willpower is your ability to fight off the whim of other blades and other side effects. Uh, some blades feed off magic or other sources, which is sometimes hostile, and your ability to just be like, fuck your shit, food, or I turn that off, or if the wielder says, hey, you're not allowed to turn off your powers, you fight him with willpower.
Right.
Fellowship is actually odd. It can be a number of three things, and it's up to you to decide. Fellowship can be how pretty you look.
Desirable you are, kind of deal.
Yeah, different. Desirable could mean just different criteria for different people wield it. You could be this big, nasty, demon infused, gory battle axe. Some people would be terrified. Some people would be like, "Oh my god, that's the coolest weapon ever!" Yeah,
Right.
different people. Um, one of the fellowships is, what do you look like?
Right.
So, do you look like the super demon battle axe executioner thing from hell, or are you this etheric, elven, like impossible design weapon? Like, fellowship is beauty,
Right.
or craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship. That's a better way. Yeah.
You can even hide yourself.
Right. That's what I was thinking as well. Like, oh,
You can look like something else or lower your quality until someone can actually be like,
So
"Is it?"
does he have a complete choice over what kind of melee weapon he's going to
We
be?
will. Well, he's thrown in with a item that he's probably not going to refuse to meld with because he's going to start as a level 1 otherwise without this level 9 blade as his template.
Ah, so
he's gonna-
he's going to work with the sword.
He doesn't have to. You can use it as material as a kind of a starting frame and then decide what he wants to be, but he's going to be weak. But if you use the already crafted blade as host, you can rewrite its shape, but it has to be
No, it's gonna be the same design.
okay. Second thing of fellowship is your ability to invoke an aura, not only on yourself, but on the builder, depending on how strong you are.
Okay.
So you can be like, I'm an innocent blade, I don't do anything. I eat your soul and blood. I mean, I would never do that. It's like a glamour.
Right.
You can hide things. Hide your look, invoke an aura. So if you have some weak Milkatos farm boy and he's trying to hold off a bunch of raiders, and then you give him like warlord, slayer of millions, like death killing aura, and the little boy's like, I don't know what's going on, get away from me, but to the rest of them, it's like, oh shit, you can do that, or you can, give him an inspiring aura, or depending on what type of blade. And the third type is a little bit more malicious. It's your ability to mislead.
All right.
You're
Mislead.
trying to trick them.
Yeah.
Your
Which is
ability
what
to
you use
con
fellowship
the
for.
user.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's its ability to con the user to whisper nothing in their ear, or kind of like curse them, make them make wrong decisions. Your
It's a
ability
manipulation tool, more or less.
right.
Yep.
Sometimes you can be like, you can do it. Come on, let's go get him. Or, yeah, go fucking punch that guy and stab his friend. Type of thing. And of course, influence is your direct proportional power by groupings of 10. And it's basically your power level as a sentient weapon and your ability to evolve, add more power, become the strongest.
Right.
So the higher your, it will go up by groupings of 5. Each 5 is a minor power, and each 10 is a major power.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let's do some math. Calculator.
All right. So at this point, Logan would have quenched, wouldn't he, and finished Crucible and Gambit? Is that what would have happened here?
Yes, I've not forgotten it, but you kind of.
Died. Yes.
Well, it's not just that. It's kind of fucked yourself over.
Wonderful.
Because you killed yourself. You didn't. Anyways, all right. So 395, adding all your stats together. Not going to be your total spending, but You have 2 fate points, which will directly transfer over. Or it's sneak. Ooh, you have a lot of armor. That's good. Is that from your? Did you take off your armor when you killed yourself?
Yep, I did.
Ooh, that's not good. Could have had the Archon shield in there.
Yeah.
Yes, I will give you some luck, as this creature might do that for you. So, for your armor level of 500, go ahead and roll me luck. No armor. Roll me for unnatural strength, and then roll me for unnatural agility separately. Just luck.
Yep.
Okay, you'll get 1d3 unnatural strength. So they plus 50. Oh, that's yeah,
The one.
trying to do
Yeah.
that. No,
Oh, wait,
that's
that didn't go.
You rolled it.
Did
Yeah,
it go?
you had a little slash on the end with nothing. Kind of
Huh.
kills the rule. Come on.
That works.
Ooh, you hit hard. You actually multiply your flat number by 3.
Cool.
That's tasty. Okay. Archon shield. Good luck. One's a 40 or less.
It's a 193.
Sensor package.
Sure.
What's the yep?
14.
Oh, okay. So that means your new blade will have traits. Echolocation. Your new blade will also have red IR, night vision, vision shit for right now. Carrying capacity, actually. Your ability to lighten the load or add the load.
13.
Yep. You can multiply 1d10.
Six.
You can weigh up to 6,000 pounds.
Nice.
You wish to be. Modulated weight. From 1 to 6,000 pounds, which is a dick move. Optic level, which will actually enhance your glamour.
100 again?
Yeah. And then the banner field. You can use a fate point, not burn, for one of these if you wish, but we have other things to go.
Yep. I'll use it on the Arcane Shield. 31.
Okay. You will have a Archon Shield field.
Okay.
Good get.
That's it.
So basically, you can project an Archon field around yourself. Okay, that's your armor. So special abilities.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll willpower, toughness, influence.
Off Logan?
Yeah. We don't have any stats on the other guy.
Oh, I was like, what am I gonna do this for? Toughness, willpower, influence? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Ouch. Oh. Ugh. Who up then? Who dares? Who dares? Who dares? Okay.
I can re-roll for the willpower, I guess.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're actually gonna roll these actual rolls. So roll athletics. Yep. Okay. Roll awareness plus 10, or just your normal awareness.
So roll normal awareness then.
Yeah, just your whatever your awareness is.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and roll deceive. Anything you have a check mark with.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Mm, mm, Where's the okay. Yes to deceive, no to the dodge, yes to logic, yes to carry. Okay. So that will add and there.
Want a forbidden lore warp?
And there.
Or etiquette or procedure?
We're going logic there. There it is. No conditions. Yeah, go ahead and roll for etiquette and procedure and a forbidden lore. Go ahead. No,
So what about those magic abilities Logan's been throwing
we're
around
working
a
on it.
bunch?
We're working on it.
Ooh.
Forbidden lore warp. Nope. But we do a scholastic, which house of fire and blood. Okay. Don't.
You want me to do a focus power test for the psyker abilities, or
So, psychic abilities. Which one?
just the power? Focus power.
No. So you have training on force. So I'll give you that. Weapon skill. That. This powers. Oh. Psychic powers. Oh. Case. Got 10. Fair. Um. Did for +10. Um.
I also had the teleport ring the soul's shop on me. I don't know if that counts. So that was literally on my finger.
Weapon training lab. Epicide. Hmm. Okay. And then plus 10 for that, and plus number. Yay. Mhm. How much gear you get? None of them. Ooh. Okay. That's neat. So you're gonna be a gunblade.
Cool.
You're gonna fire osmium rounds because the osmium matchmaker also made it into the forge.
Yep.
Okay. And a boatload. 5x. A fuck ton of damage. Plus a boatload more damage. Range, not too long. Just taking a while. Give a clip of 1. Reload. Oh. Okay. Selling 5, which is silly. Viable. You do have a red dot sight. Okay. Third blade. Better. Uh, find out that later. All right. Any other shit? Next week. Okay. Ooh, nice. Whatever. So we're back to the main player sheet. No shit. Who you currently have by the calculator 495 points to spend on the new sentient weapon guy for characteristics.
Okay.
A lot, but you're at 0 across the board. Influence cannot go up above. Actually,
Cannot go
Cannot-
about what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
cannot go above 50. In fact, I'm gonna subtract 50. That's gonna be 4, 5.
So you're
I
just
put
gonna
50
make
in influence.
Yeah, that's
Influence
fair.
is just gonna be raw 50. So that's gonna stick there.
Cool.
Where are you gonna sink your points into?
Don't know.
As for your special abilities, since you are fire based, I'm gonna give it all to you.
Yeah.
As for your signs,
Mhm.
That'll have to be relearned, kind of whispered into the person's ear to unlock those signs. Because on the blade, under this, on the blade, the side of it, the cutting edge, will be those signs
Those signs.
stitched
Nice.
into the sign and into the side of both sides of the blade. So your wielder will have to figure the fuck out what those are.
Right.
You know, what do they do? Figure it out.
Cool. Nice.
Okay. And depending on what you level up, I'll just randomly add stuff to your character sheet.
Okay.
But if you look down under traits, there are 3 abilities that you have under traits. Blade Master, you can just give that to your wielder if you just feel like it, or take it away.
Are you talking about sending weapon guy right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't look at his character sheet. I think you need to give me access or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. Oh. I clicked the wrong dude. There you go.
Thank you.
There.
Distance sphere. Okay.
So if they already have a step aside, you can just give them 1 additional dodge, or you can be like, I don't think you're dodging this one this time. After he already used 2 dodges.
Right.
You can also give them an unescapable attack if you want. Just those 3 are currently. You can be like, yeah, then you can have them.
So what about Logan's absorption? Does the sword get that as well?
Well, we're gonna define that after you spend your points. Like, what type of blade are you? You can actually just kind of forego that and assign another power. Because if you remember the way I built these weapons from originally from when Hayden played, was there are many different types of sentient weapons. Ones that, and they're different tier classifications. The best blades are the ones that only just, they'll never betray you if you don't betray them, and
Right.
only require that you are worthy of wielding them, whatever
Right.
their criteria. You can be one of those what they call benevolent or divine blades, because it's destiny that you're wielding it.
Right.
Usually they're ridiculously powerful, and they require ridiculous standards to be wielded, or you have to earn my power over time.
Right.
So those are called the divine blades. The second one, they call pay to play.
Right. You got to give me stuff in order for you to use me, kind of deal.
Basically, it's equal exchange. And you can be malicious about it. You can take it any which way. They're pay to play. Basically, they're mercenary blades. That's their official title.
Yes.
You pay me, and I give you power. Whether it's anytime you draw me from a sheath, or you hold me in your hand and have the intent to hurt or fight, you unfortunately need to pay my price, which is letting blood or hitting someone, and then you get me to activate the mercenary blades.
Right.
You can have it any which way you want. You can have it so that every day you have to bathe me in sunlight. Now it can be something as innocuous as I need an hour of sunlight, otherwise I don't work. Sorry. But
Get my vitamin D.
yeah, or you can be like, nope, I want blood, or I need a life.
Yes.
You have to feed me life, and that could also be that mercenary blades. Usually, the more you pay their price, the stronger they get. To
Right.
either it'll also help the wielder because you get stronger, but also since you are getting stronger, and if they don't get stronger, you can eventually overcome your wielder if they're weak as fuck and they don't grow with you.
Right.
So, the third classification is cursed weaponry. Your whole entire existence is to find a host that is your vessel.
Right.
They're not wielding you; you wield them.
Right.
They are your vehicle. In fact, some really strong ones can just completely override their wielder, and they actually just kind of delete the person and just use your body. That still works. Still needs to eat, still has all the other stuff. Or even the most powerful ones, just whatever. It's a statue. You put me in the hands of a statue. Statue's now my vehicle. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna move the statue.
I'm gonna move the statue. Like it gets pretty obnoxious.
Right.
You can also have it if you don't have a wielder. You have a clarion call. Really high fellowship with
Right.
some unnatural. You can be like, I'm over it. What? Did you hear that? There's something on the other side of this wall, I swear. And then they break the wall and it's like, oh, I'm here.
Shit.
You know, like you can have people seek you out if you don't have a current wielder. So, like it can get pretty complex. So if you divine blade, mercenary blade, cursed blade. And cursed blades, you have to play that really fun game of like being worth it or
Right.
hiding the what you are. Like cursed blades like to pose as the other two classes.
Of course. How else would they exist? No one would use them or want to use them. It wouldn't be that enticement, I guess.
So why don't you go ahead and decide, maybe not the details, but what class you want to fit into.
Of the three.
Mhm.
Mercenary.
Okay. What is your main attribute? Pick one of the 9 attributes. Hell, you can even you can actually pick one of the 10. Any which one of them. But remember, that one stat of the 10 is directly related to your pay to play status. So if you pick weapon skill, the more you are wielded in melee combat, the stronger you get, and that's your price of your mercenary, your pay to play.
Okay.
You need to wield me, and you might be a jealous blade.
What
You are
will
not allowed to wield.
What would willpower be?
Willpower could be mental fortitude. Like
Are there overcoming something?
You can be like you can constantly sap like the mental fortitude of your oh god, I just dropped that all over the floor.
It's like constantly having a fear debuff. Like even though I'm wielding this monstrous demon blade, rabbits terrify me.
Well, no, it basically you would have to come up with something equivalent.
I don't know, that's just a quick example. It would be a cool example too. You'd just be terrified of everything. Of course, you already have a character like that somewhere. Poor Paradox.
Either strength or willpower, I think. Strength would be good because I already have the anatomies for it, but
Oh? Perception seems like the most massively useful stat to me for weapons.
Well, he can have a really high perception. This is the price. This it's the category of price forcing the user to pay of that nature. Like 1 hour a day, you need to give up one of your senses for an hour.
or if it was like intelligence, you need to learn these things and I'll take them away. Kind of deal.
Or you need to study for an hour. It doesn't even need to be you take it away. It's just I'm hungry for knowledge.
Right.
You will learn
Right.
to keep me fascinated, which means, yeah, your wheeler's getting stronger too because you're forcing him to learn. You can be a benevolent mercenary blade, kind of like anything I force you to do benefits us both, but you're gonna fucking do it.
Right.
So
Or you
basically,
can
what you throw
be,
to your noob losers who need to get stronger fast.
yeah, or you can be that guy who's like, you're gonna learn something every day, something new, and you're gonna forget it. It's fine. You can be that. It's basically, you're gonna be, if that's the case, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be a half cursed blade or a half divine blade. So,
Will the power that he can apply base off of the nature of what he's taking?
well, that'll be your primary focus too. That's what most of your powers will actually be built based off of too.
Right.
So you're gonna be your one of your, or it could be the stat you're most lacking. That's why you're so hungry for it. You do everything else perfectly, really, really well, but that is what I lack, and that is what I want. You're gonna give it to me.
Glass sword, a fine make that steals its user's durability to stay strong.
Yep. I mean, you can do that if you want to be. Hey, you need to wear armor at all times, and I'm gonna sap its durability, and just because you're gonna feed me some metal or armor, something protective that someone has worn in battle once a day.
Right.
And I'm gonna steal all its durability. It's gonna turn to rust. You know, the stronger it is, the longer you don't have to feed me. But that's my price. You could do crazy stuff like that. So being a sentient weapon almost is more complex than being an actual player, like a physical person.
Yeah. No, it is complex.
But it's also pretty fun. I think Hayden had a great time, except
Well, yeah, I know what happened.
his gun went he went missing. Oops.
Hmm. All right. So we got mercenary. I feel like I want to go willpower, but
That's fine. You have to expose yourself to something you fear every day.
you have to overcome something.
That gets really limiting really fast
Um,
because there's only a certain thing you can overcome before something kills you, or you run out of stuff to overcome.
I guess I could put the gauntlet and crucible lifestyle into him.
No, that's based off of those are your powers.
Right.
Gauntlet and Crucible is if your guy is nailing it in combat, you get direct benefit. You can actually Gauntlet and Crucible is really good for Consentia because you can just be like, "Yo, dog, I am fucking rocking it." It's like mid combat, he hits a critical with a 1, and you're like, "Oh, dude, my fucking combat playlist just kicked on." You get your your Metallica and Disturbed just blasting. It's like, looks like we're killing everybody.
Beautiful.
So the Gauntlet and Crucible is just for you, and you can decide to give it to your guy,
Right.
if you want. But the results are halved for you then, because he also gets magically better.
Right.
But at half of what you normally get.
Right.
Or you can just hog it to yourself, or you can give it all to him.
Right.
if you're like, ah, this guy has potential, but he's fucking. Oh, he just crit. Yes, go, my friend, go.
Yeah,
It's
let's.
also more divine blade
Yes, more divine blade.
to just to and divine blades are really sought after. Like people will kill others for divine because it's like all they have to do is hit whatever hidden criteria you got, and you're just like, okay, whatever, great. Mercenary
Let's.
blades, they're a lot of work, but they also have a lot of wonky powers.
Mhm.
Divine blades are pretty straightforward. It's like Excalibur, Mjolnir, all the named things. But stuff like Bloodletter or um, Sanguine Scythe or something. Basically, they reset every time they have a new wielder. More kills they get strong really fast.
Right.
And of course, the wielder is able to use their powers, even their stronger powers, even though they have no right to use them because it's already paid. That's another thing between divine and mercenary is they pay to play. Here you go. I hope you can handle it.
Right.
Divine blades, you're kind of like, yeah, you kind of suck. We're gonna stay here. And also, you can get bored of your people pretty fast.
Right.
You're not. I'm a level 8 blade. Why am I stuck with this noob? This guy sucks. So,
Yep. Okay. Let's choose willpower.
you'll choose which one?
Willpower.
Willpower. All right. What do you wanna? What do you wanna? What are you charging? What's your price?
Is face
And
their
it should be
fears
something. It
good
should be
enough?
something scaling too, so they can pay it multiple times or overpay or underpay. Like it'd be something. Face their fears. It's kind of like, but if they face it enough, it doesn't become a fear any longer.
Unless they get new fears.
Ugh. Depends.
Hmm.
Face your fears is one of them.
Okay.
You could make up a
They have to meditate every day. That was a thing for you.
Yes.
Stoke the fire with your meditation. Focus. Give an hour to me every day, or at a certain time. Sit in the burning sun and meditate.
you
Devote
could
that
make
hour solely to me.
like a 1D100 chart of phobias, and every day you have to roll on the chart to see what you're afraid of that day.
Just add a phobia, and then roll for cuteness. That would be kind of a curse, though.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit.
They would only last for a day, so it's just like I'm afraid of spiders today. Heights. You would hate if things got really unlucky, just particularly like you had to fly.
They would put you away for the day.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Play. Yeah, they wouldn't play.
Yeah. I like the breathe. I like the focus on me for an hour.
Yep. Yeah, basically, you want my power. You need to recognize my power, and then they can overcharge by spending more time.
More time. Yes.
So if they're like, a battle is coming, I am going to devote my day, and you can be like, okay, I like. Feels good. You didn't even eat. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you require, basically, you're a devotion blade.
Right. That's fair. I like that.
And we can even do, for every hour they devote, you can grant them another sign,
Right.
access to that stuff. Of course, you get unless they figure out the spells, you can be like, oh, this guy's getting his ass kicked. Yarden, surprise. And he's like, well, I didn't do that. Did this blade do it? What? And the signs can even light up,
Right.
kind of dictate what they can do. Okay, I like. So go ahead and copy over all your fun little breathing stuff.
This one.
Yeah. And the funny part is you still get the breathing stuff,
Right.
but that's just you like spontaneously lighting on fire.
Of course.
It's like, yep, we're on fire now. And the guy's like, holy shit, I got a flaming sword. And then you're just like, nope, not on fire anymore. What? No, come back. So basically, that's the funny part about mercenary blades and cursed ones. It's just like, we're just going to do stuff. You're going to need a high intelligence, though, to be able to just have the will of your own type of thing. So go ahead and transfer those over. Armor. No. And yes, you guys can make sentient weapons on the side too if you'd like, as character potentials.
That would
Hell,
be
I'll even write down a handout on the criteria of what's going on. And I know you're recording, John, so
Yes, that's.
if you want to go back to the recording and write down too and
Yep.
make your own little tweaks,
Yep.
suggestions, I'll even. Oh, see, we even came up with a fucking. This is great.
All it took was my 5th death.
Hey, it happens. And weapon on.
So I have a question for you, Matt. Does this sentient weapon continue on the path of burning embers and drifting ash, or does he stagnate at obsidian lodestone?
Gonna branch off to fire and blood.
Okay.
That's the house you are.
Okay.
So you kind of went diagonal,
Okay.
but it's a diagonal upgrade. We're gonna screw what we were doing. We're doing this now.
Okay.
So, so with that, there are criteria. Since you are of the house of fire and blood, you need to be wielded by someone with hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin?
Basically, blood. It can be all sorts of different types of blood, but
Okay.
they need to bleed, and they need to be a sentient living thing. They need to be warm-blooded.
Warm-blooded, not cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded, it's kind of like you're not interested.
Right. I'm hot and I'm bloody,
in fact,
so
you actually do damage to people who are not.
okay.
They try and pick you up. It's just like you can lash out at them.
Right. Hell,
you can just lash out at whoever. If you have high intelligence. You're just like, I don't like his face.
Wait, I didn't do that.
Oh, they'll know.
Yeah.
You only get the Gauntlet and Crucible through letting of blood and fire. They burn things with your own power or through the power of your wielder.
Right.
And wounding, bleeding the enemy or your ally.
Okay.
You can have a spiked handle at just random moments, just like you're sucking. I'm hungry. You spike his hand.
Right.
Do that, or you'd be like, I'm just gonna turn off. You're weak. But yeah. Then
You're saying about doing something with intelligence.
Yeah, it needs to be high if you want to of the you want to have like just random will of your own.
Right.
You have 445 points to spend, so go ahead and spend them. Strength is direct flat damage.
Okay. Times 3.
Yes.
100.
That's just flat.
Right.
We'll for your XP, your 10,000 XP. I'm gonna go over some of the sword and weapon traits.
Okay. Cool.
That you can buy.
Okay.
Because that's what your XP is gonna go into. It's not gonna go into stats.
Okay.
It's gonna go into
Traits.
traits.
Okay.
If you want a etheric render, not. I mean, that is kind of near what you do, so it'd be a little cheaper. But things like you're not a fellowship blade, like you have a glittering type of trait, which is prettier and glamorous. What you look like cost a little bit more.
Right.
Cheap stuff like reliable, balanced. I'll probably throw that. Let's take that for pretty cheap.
Okay. So,
So,
okay.
okay.
Do you have any other types that aren't in the rulebook? Have you made those, or?
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. Still alive? I'm here.
Yes, you're very muted.
I'm not muted.
So very muted.
Ah! Heresy. Does this weapon have any aptitudes? Matthew. Matt.
Matt is dead.
Dead to the world. This cannot be.
Give me a moment.
Let's see. Okay. That was interesting. I would have loved the one on my transformation, but that didn't happen.
Sorry, trying to do laundry.
It's okay. Not everyone can multitask laundry. I understand.
My microphone wireless doesn't really reach up there, so
Bye bye. Oh yeah, Matt, I had a question. Aptitudes. Does the blade get any of from Logan, or does that not even matter?
What do you mean?
The aptitudes Logan had for in advancements.
No,
Okay, didn't think so. I'm just asking.
because you're not buying talents and traits.
Yep.
You're relying on your buddy.
Yep. So do you have like a sheet available for what things cost, or do I just more or less
well,
just ask?
yeah, more or less just ask.
Okay.
Look in the Black Crusade, especially,
All right.
and evil or enemy within, enemy without, because there are some stuff like irradiated.
Yeah.
That one's really nasty. It's under the Nurgle one.
Mhm.
If you hit someone, deal damage, they make a toughness test, and if they fail, they lose 2d10 toughness.
Yes.
So some impressively nasty ones. My list of really evil weapons. 13 Immortal Sorrows, pretty good
Yes.
at that. There's stuff like felling. It's a big one. Felling basically removes an unnatural
Yes.
toughness level.
Yes.
There's wounding. There's proven. That's
Yes.
a really, really powerful one.
Yes.
You know of that one?
Yep. It's more or less just you roll for that. Like, so if it's underneath that number, you'll automatically get that for the yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty boss.
Yep. Okay, so more or
there's
less
mutating.
yes. Yes. I remember Johnny's days in the old Bird faction.
There's tearing.
Yes, tearing's nice.
I made up one called Lance.
Okay.
It allows you to become a 2 hitbox weapon for a moment.
2 hitbox?
Yeah, reach gives you reach.
Ah, okay.
Even though you didn't have reach.
I extended myself. But
It can be any number of ways. You can literally like elongate and like hit them, or you snap at them. It's some etheric portal thing, or it gives you reach.
Mhm.
Lance comes with a number. Sometimes it has to be exactly that number, kind of like a knight would move on a chess table,
Right.
or it can be any range.
That's cool.
There's also indirect, which means even though you don't have a gun built in, you still fire ballistic.
But I mean, I do have a gun built in.
Yeah, so you just use that stat. But if you use
Right.
the blade and you slash and didn't use any abilities, indirect usually is coupled with living ammo.
Okay.
So you would like literally swing and the blade would detach and fly at your opponent and hit them.
Right.
And either it would boomerang back or it would literally dematerialize or disintegrate and a new blade would form.
Right.
That's what living ammo does to indirect, because it just rebuilds it.
Mm-hmm.
Indirect without living ammo is something like it has to come back, or it has to like dematerialize and then rematerialize. You know, it has to be called back to the blade. Power field.
Yes, power field is wonderful. Over 25 and they break their blade.
You don't have to worry about power field. You have an Archon field, which is stronger.
But yes, I know what power field does. If you're not a force weapon, you get fucked over by power fields.
Or other power weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, power weapons is like, oh, hey, I break that.
Yes.
And you're like, well, balls.
Wasn't the proper material. Sorry, guys. You didn't protect your blade.
Yeah. Thrust is another one I made up.
Okay.
Basically, Thrust allows you to use one of your reactions on your turn
Mm-hmm.
or on your enemy's turn to just make an attack. It uses up a reaction, which means it's not a counterattack. You do not parry, you do not dodge.
Right.
And it uses up one. But you're just like, fuck you. The only
Stab.
key is they had to have attacked first.
Okay.
It means you have to be attacked.
So it's still a counterattack in itself, but it's a more direct counterattack compared to having to do other
And the
things.
cool part is thrust is, although very expensive, it allows you to add stuff like inescapable attack and other stupid things.
Right, because you're directly doing attack, like a lightning attack, for example. You could do that on.
No, lightning attack won't do that. That's
okay,
full turn.
that's okay. All right, never mind then.
Unless you're a really, really high level blade that we've actually earned that ability.
That's fair.
Which would be full thrust.
Full thrust.
It would probably use
thrust.
it would use up 2 reactions.
Right.
You would get a full turn on their turn, which just blows people's mind.
Well, yeah, because they can't do anything if you kill them before they can attack.
Well, they do attack. They get the attack off. You will either, and they have to have landed it, which means you either let it hit you, you parry and or dodge.
Right.
After that, you're like, I have 4 more reactions. I'm gonna hit you with 4 thrusts. Get wrecked. Full thrust allows you to weave all 4 just in between their turn.
Mm-hmm.
But normal thrust requires you to be successfully attacked, and then you get to use 1 thrust in between each attack. So it chews up reactions really fast. So you'd parry or dodge, or just fucking get hit because you're like, nope, you don't hurt. And then you get 1 thrust, and then you have to be susceptible to another successful attack before you could thrust again. But full thrust is like, I use all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big difference. And then there's crippling.
Yes.
It hurts your ability to defend yourself. So crippling 6 would be like, yeah, you get minus 60 to dodge until you fix it.
Right.
So there's other rules part of crippling to define what that is. Tesla. You hit a target.
Give some shocking or something.
Well, Tesla is a little bit better than shocking. Shocking is you shock them. It stuns them if they don't
pass the test.
Pass a toughness test.
Yes.
Tesla allows you to arc shocking between all adjacent opponents until someone passes.
Okay.
So if you have a bunch of noobs who are like not doing good on their toughness tests,
mm-hmm.
you can hit up to like 3 or 4 guys, and they're all stunned for a round, or stunned equal to the degrees of failure until they're hit, which is dumb.
Mm.
So that's what shocking does. So you fail the toughness test, you're stunned equal to rounds of failure.
Yes.
Or until hit. And then Tesla, if that guy fails and there's any adjacent guys, it passes on. So if there's a guy to the left and a guy to the right, it passes both ways. Because it's a fucking Tesla. Arcs.
Right.
Tearing. Good old tearing. Basically, you roll 2 dices instead of 1 for each dice.
Yep. Take the highest.
Your blade, and you pick the highest.
Yep.
That's great. And then scrolling down, etheric render. That you get hit, pass the toughness test, or die. That's literally that. Oh, by the way, it bypasses armor. It bypasses unnaturals.
It's like a warp weapon.
Yep. It is a warp weapon, but it's better. The only thing I don't think it bypasses is force field.
Right.
Which is really nice. But it also passes like psychic ability too. And then you have null.
Mm-hmm.
Null gives you just someone uses an ability anywhere in your general direction that's related to magic acquired psychic powers, you get a plus 20 to resist it, or you make it 20 harder to achieve it.
Right. Just by being in that area.
Just by existing. That's what null does. Null affects also your abilities too. So if you're an ability blade,
yep.
null, I'm gonna be like, everything's 20% harder. Why? Why do you do that to yourself?
Yeah. Null's a focus. Bursting? Is that what you said?
Thirsting.
Thirsting. Okay.
Yeah, you're a thirsty boy. You. I don't think this is it, but I think you can. Hold on, Black Crusade. No. Um, oh, there it is. Armory. Going down, scrolling down. Demon weapons. Okay. That's one. It's page 195. The attributes are 194 to start on Black Crusade. Thirsting. Weapon with this attribute inflicts a level of fatigue with every wound hit.
That's rough.
That is rough.
Every time you hit them, it's like, ooh, yeah. You getting tired yet?
That one sounds fun. It's also sounds like it would be for the blade too. How much does that cost?
Charge you 1,000.
Okay. I'll buy it.
Okay. There's. I'm joking here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So by the time he gets done with this sword, what power level would you have to need to be to wield it effectively?
You'd be 5.
The sword's power level.
Yeah. As to who wields him, he's a mercenary blade. Pay my price. And then you can also dictate how much. Because as a mercenary blade, you can be like, yep, you can have it all. You paid your price. Great. Go have fun. And then they kill themselves trying to wield you. Mercenary blades don't care. Divine blades care, though. Curse blades are like, yes. Or they're like, no, don't do that yet. kind of build your host to make them stronger.
Right.
Accursed deals an extra 1d10 damage and has felling 4 quality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Impervious. Weapon with this attribute grants the wielder a force field with a protection rating equal to your willpower characteristic.
That's not terrible.
It doesn't overload. Basically, you roll a 1d100 to avoid damage.
Right.
But if a double's rolled, something wonky happens.
Of course.
Gotta love those doubles.
Yeah. Impervious is really good. Sorcerer's Force.
Only can imagine what that would be. Probably adds the PR to it or something.
Yeah, dealing damage, you make an opposed willpower test using the damon's willpower and that of the target. Every degree of success is an additional 1d10 damage
right.
on if you win. Mm. Warp flame, delicious.
Gives it the flame quality and warp quality.
Yeah. Um, generation. I think that's
So, am I getting access to these choices because I was a psyker kind of deal, or
Mo.
okay.
This defines your identity. You're in
Right?
the you're in the House of Blood and Fire and Blood's
Right.
forge. This is where they make weapons like you. So and you paid the price. You get to make some expenditures. So go ahead and look in Evil Within, Evil Without, Black Crusade.
I'll have to download that one.
Nicholas, his wife. I don't know if you're naughty or nice as a blade,
Yep.
but send some points, bro.
Let me know if the immortal sorrow that Dog Boy and Doctress is now ever gets reforged.
Reforged. No, not really.
It already has stats as it is now, even with the different soul. It's not like I have to roll up a new character sheet.
No, it's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So, do you want me to finish this up now, or how do you want to go about this? Because I can do either or.
You know what? I'll give you time. You're a guy who likes to not be rushed. So.
Okay. Well, it's been completed.
There you go.
So, was that like of the three options in this place? It was like either figure out how the five things work, or die, or get the powers or things that are available in these things. Like for example, the sword. Like I would have picked that up, and is that
Everything in here's a trap.
everything's in here? Here's a trap. Okay.
This
So
place was not meant for humans, not meant for mortals,
right.
and you got turned into something immortal, which not in your best interest, but this was a place to get you information about the main objective.
Right.
As this is one of the houses, this is um, gives you massive insight if you were able, because you gained a lot of uh, you recorded a lot of stuff, which
I did.
that was great, and you could have brought it to some other people, and they could have helped you put a language together
Right.
and cross-referenced, and there's other meanings and whatnot. But
I decided to go a different path.
yeah, you went a different path. Not bad. It, sideways,
Yeah.
long ways, down ways, different. And this was my way of showing you that not everything is safe. Not everything's for you. Um,
Oh,
and this is not a weak house either. So it's a very, very violent, very strong, assertive house. Helped by
Fire and Blood. Yeah, no, that.
yeah, they'd be considered a noble house among the people of this frozen tundra, frozen orb. The members are few, especially even now, but not to be trifled with.
Okay. So, am I now an NPC? And
No,
okay. So
It will be if you design your character with like little input.
right.
Which yes, that means you'll have to forfeit some of your limited points and spend it on intelligence primarily,
Yeah.
and then willpower to enforce it.
Right.
But you might find yourself in someone else's hand that you can actually control.
Okay.
You don't know if this mystery individual, this smoker
She
person,
has what her plans are for me.
right? So as long as you're not put in a lockbox like Hayden's character was for 2 years,
Yeah.
then you know, kind of you're still in the game. That's the criteria I have for sentient weapons. As long as you're not sealed away, destroyed, or lost on like really,
Yeah, I know
really
what.
lost.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We've experienced lost a few times.
then if you're none of those things, you're still in the game.
Okay.
And I will work your way back into the story unless you really messed up and you ended up in like Daresh's hands.
Yeah.
Or if you're just permanently separated from the party somehow, like Hayden was.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be in the game. Even if this character becomes the your vehicle
Yes.
until for the near future, but overall,
Okay. I just wanted to know what my impact would be.
well, the thing is sentient weapons are kind of like the way uh, Imperial Guard treats plasma weapons. More valuable than people.
Fair enough.
Your plasma that one guy has more valuable than your whole squad.
Right.
Commissar included. So, yeah, they're treated like that.
Okay. I like this.
Especially if you build up reputation.
Yeah.
Get another number. You're new.
Reputation as a stat kind of deal, not influence.
Yeah, reputation. Basically, how do people know you?
Right.
Like, have people been seen doing stupid things with your powers? Carve themselves some fame, became a history marked name. Oliver. People know of it far and wide. The desirable thing, and it was also a complete asshole because it was like, you have to pull me out of a rock, bro.
Need to be worthy.
Well, yeah, that'd be considered a divine blade.
Yeah, no.
Or pay to play. You just gotta be strong. So, yeah, that's how I'm treating this shtick.
Okay.
You should have literally gone pay to play. I do not work unless one fate coin or higher is inserted per day.
The true Witcher sense.
Pay to play. Well, I mean,
call me the rich blade.
The higher the currency, the more cool things you get to do.
Yup.
Well, the thing is people would abuse that. It'd find its way into a very person hand.
Oh, for sure. They'd slap an Occam's paradox into you and cut the universe in half.
The one trap actually is that you can't process Occam's paradoxes, so you go to sleep.
It's just like, oh, thanks, I guess.
You're just like, power is already spent. What do you mean? Oh yeah, just
Sorry, you didn't read the clause.
your wishes everywhere came true.
Yeah. Didn't realize?
I don't see it. Yeah, well, that's the problem. It's not wishes you can see. The unknown wishes. Tired. That doesn't make any sense. Just think on it. I'll
The fact that you wanted an ice cream cone when you were 7, you now have actually gotten that ice cream cone when you were 7, but it already happened, so you don't remember it being different.
And she's like, but I did get the ice cream cone. Exactly. That's what you remember now.
Start doubting themselves. Fuck.
Don't be that blade. That blade, you would basically be a prostitute.
Yeah, yeah. Oh fuck.
Don't be a blade that sells out that easy. Because if you charge really high and you put out, and yeah, some mercenary blades are like that, but it's up to perception.